Hi, it's almost Christmas and it's time for the next episode of my Extracts from Heaven. Mind you, for tonight I've decided to change my name to Sean. I've been to the hairdressers, haven't I? So it's Sean the Sheep now, just for tonight anyway. Anyway, back to Peter Kreeft's book, Heaven, the Heart's Deepest Longing. And we ended by asking the question, is that all there is? And that very potent phrase, our divine discontent is our humanity. If we are so arrogant as to believe we're already perfect, then there is nothing left to desire, and otherwise we are dissatisfied until we are fully grown in spirit as well as body, until we are perfect. Deep down, we are all perfectionists. If we weren't, we would simply stop doing anything. If there were no ultimate end to hope for, at least unconsciously, we would have no motivation to desire any means, for means are only means to the end. Means to the end. What then is the end? What do we want? This is the very first thing Jesus asks in John's Gospel. It is the Socrates demand to know thyself, for our heart's desires constitute our self, our identity. Jesus comes to us with an answer, but he must first test us with this question. What do you want? It means, are your questions the questions to my answers? Or in other words, are you asking the right question? What do we want? Jesus leaves all previous ideas of the Messiah in ruins. Our hearts are too small for him. He gives us more than we want, and he wants us to want more than we want, so we can want what he gives us. Well, that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? He gives us more than we want, and he wants us to want more than we want, so we can want what he gives us. Is it perhaps a new birth? A new being that we want? Divine life? The seed that will grow into being perfect as my Father in heaven is perfect. If that is what we want, Jesus is our answer. It is to this desire that he says, seek and you shall find. All who seek, find. All other things can be sought after and not found. Money, pleasure, power, fame, health, peace, security, or worldly success. Only God is guaranteed. All who seek him, find him. But only those who seek him find him. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. I will be found by you, says the Lord. Finding him is heaven. Seeking him is heaven's door. Not finding him is hell. And not seeking is the door to hell. The road to hell is not paved with good intentions, but with no intentions, with "I don't give a damn" or "to hell with it." The question, "What do you want?" is also the starting point of the Hindu way. It is the first thing a guru might say to a prospective disciple. Like Socrates, Jesus' disciples, the guru's disciples come looking for answers. Oops, I've lost my page. Come looking for answers, and instead get a question. To answer it, they must go deeper into their hearts. For the heart is bigger on the inside than on the outside. Work that one out. They discover there, these disciples, they discover there 4 levels, the 4 wants of man: pleasure, power, duty and enlightenment. If they persevere with honesty and courage, they eventually find that all other desires except the deepest one disappear when the desire is satisfied. Through experiencing success and disillusionment with success, they discover that what they really want is enlightenment, as they call it, mukti, liberation from finity or limitations, and Satchit Ananda, which means infinite reality, infinite understanding and infinite joy. Of course, this is God. Hinduism's name for God is Brahma. Like a rose, a god by any other name will smell as sweet, though not perhaps sound as clear. In other words, although the Christian has important theological disagreements with Hinduism, the Hindu experience of Brahma is apparently a real experience of God. Great Western thinkers like Solomon, Plato, Aristotle, Augustine, Thomas Aquinas, Pascal, Kierkegaard, they all see the same thing and structured their philosophy around the search for our ultimate end, the satisfaction of our deepest desire. They pass in review essentially the same three lesser answers as Hinduism does, and conclude, "Thou hast made us for thyself, and therefore our hearts are restless until they rest in thee." The great Augustine, who penned that sentence, also proposed the following little thought experiment to show you, his reader, that your deepest desire is indeed the desire for God. Imagine God appeared to you and said, "I'll make a deal with you if you wish. I'll give you anything and everything you ask. Pleasure, power, honour, wealth, freedom, even peace of mind and a good conscience. Nothing will be a sin, nothing will be forbidden, and nothing will be impossible for you. You will never be bored and you will never die. Only you shall never see my face." Did you notice that unspeakable chill in your deepest heart at those last words? Did your surface desires leap after the first part of God's deal, and your deepest desire freeze in standstill shock at, "You shall never see my face"? Your surface mind, which is in touch with your surface desires, may not admit it, but your deepest mind, which knows your deepest desires, knows it. You want God more than everything else in the world. Your heart, too, is restless until it rests in Him. You may not consciously realize it, because this is the truth. The human race keeps very, very busy, hiding 24 hours a day by a million diversions. It is the terrible truth of Ecclesiastes. The truth that apart from the experience of union with God, apart from the satisfaction of the deepest and craziest of all desires, everything under the sun is vanity, the shadow of a shadow, the chasing of the wind. It is the truth that making life meaningful in the short run by human artifice does not make it meaningful in the long run. That even though we fill our cities, minds, bellies, wallets and wombs, if we remain unfulfilled in our hearts, our lives are full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. If life on earth is not a road to heaven, then it is a treadmill, a merry-go-round minus the merry. It's like an old Mutt and Jeff cartoon that shows little Jeff standing next to a pile of stones in the centre of a busy highway at night. There's a lantern on top of the stones. Mutt comes along and asks, "Hey Jeff, did you put that lantern there?" "Yes, Mutt." "Why?" "To warn the cars away so they don't crack up on this pile of stones." "Good thinking, Jeff. But did you put the stones there too?" "Yes, Mutt." "What for?" "Why, to hold the lantern up, of course." We laugh, but we laugh at ourselves. Every ingredient in our lives has a purpose. The stones are there for the lantern, and the lantern is there because of the stones. But why is the whole thing there? End of quote.